big victory last night. As you know, Fairfax Sheriff Bobo was elected. As you know, the Republicans put a lot of resources into that. As you know, Bob McDonald personally put $25,000 in the race, so they can put all they want in it. The Democrats are going to win these elections. So it was a great night last night for the Democrats. As you know, I've been out for governor, and I've been traveling all over the Commonwealth. We're trying to get about 20 events a day in. We've lived in Virginia for nearly 18 years. Dorothy and I have, I guess I should say Dorothy has been raising 5 children as I've traveled around. My oldest is 17, youngest is 6, and we have traveled all over talking about what we would like to do for Virginia. My argument is we've had 2 great Democratic governors, Mark Warner and Tim Kaine. We are in a very tough economic environment. 2009 is probably the worst year that we have seen since the Great Depression. We're going to be in it for a while. We're probably going to hear over the course of the next couple of days we may have to have more cuts. We're now to the point where we're cutting very vital services here in Virginia. $400 million K-12, 10% from community colleges, 15% from 4-year colleges. We're at the point that we can't continue to cut. I believe we ought to put more money in education. But if you don't want to cut, I don't also believe that you should raise taxes, and you clearly don't raise taxes in a down economy. My argument is we got to start growing our economy. We got to think out of the box. We got to bring in new jobs. Over the last few years, the big mega projects, Virginia has not won one of them. They've gone to 6 southern states. They haven't come to Virginia. House of Delegates doesn't give the governor any tools to go out and be aggressive. We didn't bid on the BMW deal. That was a $5 billion deal, 5,000 jobs. Tyson Crump, $4 billion investment, 4,000 jobs, average pay $56,000. We should be bidding on those. If we could bring those jobs to South Side or Southwest Virginia, I was in Martinsville the other day, 15% unemployment. I did a town hall meeting. They go over to North Carolina every day looking for work. As governor, I don't want people leaving our state to go to another state looking for work. We've got to create jobs. I think we have a huge opportunity in the alternative energy field to create jobs. I've said for months we need to be a mandatory renewable energy state. We are a voluntary state. We need to be mandatory. Why? It's not only good for the economy, of course. We'll create jobs. But if you're trying to get people to bring capital in to do biodiesel, biomass, solar, and wind, deals that I've done myself in the private sector, they're not going to come to Virginia. They're going to go to those other states where it's a mandatory renewable energy state. If we're going to get serious about renewable energy, we got to get serious about attracting people to come in with capital. I like to say we have 1,000 poultry farms here in Virginia. Anyone know how much chicken waste they produce a year? I love chicken waste. It's 500,000 tons. If we were to build biodiesel facilities, we could convert that into 40 megawatts of power. We could light up 40,000 homes. Right now, the farmers pay to have it taken off their property. A lot of it leaches into the Chesapeake and into our watersheds. That's why we're not producing as many crabs, and we're not really producing oysters anymore. We got to get serious about this. We need biodiesel. We need to make sure we have wind. We could build a wind farm the size of Virginia Beach off the coast in the Atlantic, and we could literally light up over 200,000 homes. Barack Obama, as president, is going to spend billions of dollars on these projects. We in Virginia need to be at the front of the line. That's why we need to be a mandatory state. On education, I think we need to think differently. We're having to cut. I think we need more money in education in those early years. I think what Governor Kaine has done on that pre-K initiative is literally one of the smartest things we can do. Every study today now says that 90% of the brain development is done by the time you were 5 years old. Well, if you believe that, I figured what happened to me, I didn't have it, but if you believe that, then we ought to be encouraging as many people. My 5 children had pre-K, I could afford it. Everybody in Virginia ought to have the opportunity of their children to have pre-K. Smaller classrooms, K through 3. The goal is we need to keep our children in school. Here in Virginia, as you know, they determine how many children don't pass the 3rd grade reading proficiency exam. Do you know what they do with that number? The Bureau of Prisons directly determines how many prison beds they're going to need in 15 years. Well, if that's the case, invest more money in those early years, keep your students in school. Therefore, you're not paying $27,000 for an inmate that we have to pay to incarcerate. We need to think smart. We shouldn't think about the next month, the next year. We got to think 10, 20 years. Transportation, we ought to have high-speed rail. Northern Virginia to Richmond over to Hampton Roads. Public-private partnership. We got to bring the private sector in. I've already said I'm going to donate my salary as governor. I don't need the money. You know why? Because we're not building gymnasiums in certain of our high schools that we're building. We need a healthy body as well as a healthy mind. And you know what? If I as governor can build a private gym, I can entice others to do it. We have got to think out of the box. We've got to win the House of Delegates. And I promise you I'm going to run a campaign, as you've seen. We're up on television. We put 40 organizers on the street. We are going to run a campaign like you've never seen before in Virginia, because I want to win the House of Delegates. So when you get the governorship, the House of Delegates, we can make Virginia the greatest Commonwealth, the greatest state in the country. Thank you. 5 minutes, man. That's hard. Whoa, I've never done that in 5 minutes.
It's hard. Yeah. Congratulations.